My name is Rachel Morris. I'm Australian. I've lived in Doha for 10 years and I have a food blog called Life on the Wedge. Qatar has a really vibrant and interesting food scene and it changes every day. And I think that's as a result of the fact that it's such a multicultural country. We have around, I think it's 120, 130 different nationalities. Everybody brings their food culture here. But also a lot of the big brands like Nobu, the Mondrian Hotel have just opened up recently. Everybody wants to bring their food here to Doha because I think just people love food. So there's a really big, I know it's a pun, but there's a really big appetite for food here and for different food. And I've never lived in a place that's so diverse and interesting in that sense. So I've lived here for 10 years and I travel a lot, and a lot of people ask me, what's Qatar really like? We know it's rich, we know it's got oil, we know it's in the Middle East, isn't it a bit crazy? You know, hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, thanks. We know it's in the Middle East, it's a little bit crazy. And I said, you know, I consider Qatar my home. I've lived here for 10 years. It's welcoming, it's open, it's diverse. Every day is different. And it's so interesting to live in a country that's growing every day and that's changing every day. Over the last 10 years, I've watched a country kind of emerge over that period. And I know there's people that have been here longer that have seen it literally emerge from the desert. And it's such a special feeling to be part of this. So I have around 10,000 followers on Instagram, around the same on Twitter, and I get 10,000 hits a month on my website, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. But when you put that into consideration that Qatar has less than 3 million people living here, I think that's pretty good. You know, I also have some readers in the UK, US and Australia, but I think that's mainly my family. In 2007, I think that the population was around 900,000 and it's now nearly 3 million. And yet you can still walk into a cafe anywhere in Doha and probably see somebody that you know. Or you can be at the supermarket and you'll run into people that you know. So, and I really love that about that community feel that it's got here. It still feels like, I'm Australian, so we call them a country town. It still feels like a really big country town to a certain extent. But for me, I think that people are really surprised by the friendliness of Qatar and how open people are. And when I have friends visit me here, they're welcome with open arms. And I think that that's really surprising to people. You know, at the end of the day, the Qataris have been welcoming visitors from around the world for a millennia. This is a trading country and always has been. And I think that that still is alive today in 2017 and beyond.